Okay, what's good? It's Uncle Makara, Zoom, Sumed, Dr. Scripts. Let's get started. Today we're talking all about practical jealousy. Now, first of all, you're wondering, why do I need to be practically jealous? Okay, because the understanding is that if you are jealous of somebody else, it means that you want what they have. Okay, it's actually a portal into what you could be. In fact, if you were inspired by them, it would give you enough drive and momentum to excel past them. However, you choose to respond in such a way where you're being passive, where you're being like a little bit more inwards, right? Rather than actually actively letting that energy of envy or jealousy or spite hit you, and then from there doing something with it. Okay, last night I think BBA was saying, so last night we channeled Asmodeus and his energy, and he was saying like, look, you got to use motivation to get the ball rolling, from a lower level motivation to a higher level one. Like, you can't basically stagnate there. You have to change your approach towards that thing, right? And so I was listening to that and I was realizing, like, listen, there's many times in our life where we feel jealous, but then we get so wrapped up in our own minds, right? We get so caught up in what we want to stand by, right? We become very stubborn in life, especially as we grow older, right? We think we know everything, right? As we grow older, we're like, yeah, man, I know that, whatever, I don't have to worry about that, right? But then it comes up and then we have to refine it, okay? So it's one thing to just kind of let it go. Like, let's say you let go of your health. Look, a year from now, you're gonna be looking like shit, okay? If you let go of your wealth, of your currency, you're gonna be broke, right? It's like, don't just let go in that sense, like keep it going, right? Keep it improving. And this is the understanding of utilizing or using the jealousy. And so I want you guys to try this out, okay? It's a very important tech, and we've refined this technology in the Primal Sutra meditation as well. So if you want access to that, definitely let me know. However, this is something called the Rykov method. Now, Rykov was a genius hypnotist, okay? A genius hypnotist, absolutely incredible man, who believed that we could absorb the traits of others, okay? The great qualities that other people have, we can absorb that into our consciousness. So that's kind of dastardly and very inspiring at the same time, right? That is beautiful, because the visualization is you're taking off their head and putting it over your head or face as a mask or helmet. Okay, you guys remember the movie The Mask, right, with Jim Carrey? Whenever you put that mask on, smoking, right? He's a different character, right? Showtime, okay? It's from that mask character we came up with the idea of it's showtime all the time, because the mask is, whenever the mask is on, it's like he's always the center of attention. He's always in the spotlight, right? And he's able to get away with his weird, goofy, zany things, even with Carmen Electra around, right? So even with his auga eyes, like, he can get away with so many of these cartoonish and zany and animated things because he's partly real, he's partly surreal when he puts on the mask. Let's say that I want to be like Brad Pitt, okay, as an example. Not that I want to, but I don't know. And that's just the first example I can think of, right? I take off Brad Pitt's head or face, I take off his face like a mask, and I put it over mine. And his brain is merging with my brain, okay? And I'm seeing through Brad Pitt's eyes, I'm hearing through Brad Pitt's ears, I'm sensing through the senses of Brad Pitt. All my perspective, internal perspective, especially my internal locus, is shifting and merging with Brad's. Do you get that? So when let's say I'm jealous of Brad Pitt, I can let it just sit there and be like, yeah, whatever, man, fuck Brad. I'm creating more separation, right, from Brad. But now that I'm saying that I'm going to put on his face like a mask and absorb his greatest quality of charisma that he has, that I don't, I'm practically utilizing my jealousy. Do you guys get that? It's very, very powerful. And you want to understand, shout out to Ryan G for this topic, by the way. Very, very powerful to really understand that this is happening behind the scenes, okay? So this is what is called your golden shadow. We teach you this in the mystery school, by the way, okay? We have an adepts mystery school where we actually take you through the process, help you create something of your own, right? Spread that message, be a shaman, be a healer for your own tribe and so forth. So last night I was really glad because people got to witness, new people got to witness BBA's energy and the impact that he has, okay? And it's so powerful, man. That energy is so powerful because this morning I woke up super horny. Like, I was like, what the fuck? And everyone in the group, right, in the Primal Sutra group was like, yo, I got sexual dreams. You know, this has been happening to me too. Okay, this is happening to me too, right? Everybody's kind of confirming this energy. Again, it's this very interesting thing, right? Like, we are all drawn towards our understanding of pleasure. What BBA said last night, which was powerful, is he said, pleasure is not a birth chart, it's a birthright. Okay, so don't overcomplicate it. You're meant to move with that energy. You're not meant to get stagnant and like think about it, overthink about it, right? But jealousy is the same way, right? If you overthink the jealousy, now you create a jealousy plot line. Understanding that the person you're jealous of has something that you do not, okay? So it's activating something within you, correct? So let's just say you have a relationship, okay? Now let's say that you see your partner dancing with someone of the opposite sex. They don't have any interest in her, maybe they're gay or whatever, right? But they're dancing with her, like very sensually and into it, right? Now, what is your standard as a man? Are you going to watch that and let that happen in front of your eyes? Or are you going to tell that dude to back off? Hey, listen, man, that's not cool, right? And this is what I actually had to do in my past relationship once, right? I remember. And I confronted this guy in the middle of a dance floor. And that could be very, again, it was an environment where he was king, per se, because it was a gay club. I'm not gay myself. Obviously, I went with my girlfriend just to see what it was about, right? But there, he was the king of that environment. So my jealousy kicked in, right? Like, why is he coming over? Like, what gives him the right? Just come over here and do that shit, right? Like, doesn't even know her. And so what immediately went through my system is I need to do something about this, right? This jealousy is not just sitting there for me to like just be like watch as a bystander as my girl dances with this dude, right? It is for me to actively get up, do something about it, and put her in check and put him in check. Like, look, man, what the fuck are you guys doing, right? Like, it's disrespectful to me because I'm sitting here, you know, dancing or whatever, right? I could be dancing with so many girls in this venue, right? For all I know, right? They're probably there looking for guys, or they feel like it's safe to go to a gay club because the guys won't be hitting on us or whatever, right? That's just one example, but I just want to tell you that's one example, right? Of the jealousy and it getting you to do something with that energy. Let's say you're sitting in the party, right? And you're seeing all these people on the side of you having so much fun and you're just sitting there all alone. You're getting jealous of them, right? Because they have the fun vibe. They have the party vibe, and here you are trying to weasel your way into their fun, right? You're not generating any fun vibe by yourself, but remember, as within, so without, okay? As we understood last night. Again, you guys need to show up to these fucking calls, man. I keep telling you, like, if you haven't shown up to the call, definitely, like, shoot me a message. Maybe you can purchase the recording from last night because, honestly, it's like, it was way too powerful for it to go missed, okay? But irregardless, we learned a lot about psychic seduction, which is actually, it was a very powerful reminder and lesson and teaching of what we learned from this being. Once you learn that this thing that you're feeling can actually be actively tapped into and you getting you to solve it, like calling it out in the moment, right? If somebody's doing some weird shit out in public, like just call it out, like be a leader, like, you know, go into it. Because sitting back and just being jealous and brewing in your negativity and hatred or like distrust or like, you know, judgment of them, that's going to create more constriction, right? More armoring in your system. So you're going to actually block yourself from your charismatic potential as you start doing that more and more and more because you're creating more barricades around yourself, right? Doesn't mean you become impulsive and like, you know, you knock the guy out or whatever. Like, bro, you're not a fucking psychopath or sociopath unless you are maybe watching, I don't know, get some help, get some treatment. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to immediately go up and just fucking punch the guy, right? You want to create some level of a distance, a rapport, like keep your safety, keep your honor, keep your dignity, keep your tribe around you. This is why it's so important to have a tribe, right? And that's what we keep building towards at Primal Sutra because we're building this giant, massive movement, right? Where we can connect with people online, mostly Europe. That's why I'm thinking I got to go to Europe, bro. like most of you guys who show up are from Europe, which is wild. The practicality of your jealousy will ultimately help you become this new version of you. And that new version of you is not jealous, it is actually liberated. They are actually free to do what? To do what they want. They know their principles, they know their boundaries, they can speak their mind. At the same time, when they're becoming jealous, they know that that's something to do with their own inner work, okay? So what do? They utilize it. They use Rykov. Like, that thing, nah. I'm gonna be Rogue from X-Men, you know? I'm gonna take that from them, actually, okay? And let's say that someone has a great communication skill. Like, a lot of people have asked me this, like, when I do Rykov, am I also getting all of their negative traits included in that? No, you're only focusing on one trait, okay? You're only focusing on one trait at a time for one individual. It could be like the confidence of Denzel Washington or something like this, right? You want to figure out what is the quality that you're jealous of. Is it their ability to make lots of wealth? Is their ability to flex and kind of get away with it? And you feel like, if I do that, that's going to be arrogant or conceited or something, right? It's all shadow work, right? When you notice jealousy, it's all to do with you. But guess what? There's nothing to lose, my friend. As you notice this, there is actually nothing to lose. Like, you might lose this other person, you might lose this opportunity or job, right? But you're not really losing anything, because it's gonna, anything that you lose will come up again in another form. Okay, understand that, because energy never truly dies, does it? It just finds a different way to express itself. So that's why the jealousy that you currently, like, you're getting jealous and you're getting bitter and butthurt about this situation. Instead, why not use it to get it towards your greatest capability and capacity as a character in this video game called life? That's what I'm saying. Okay, let's get it. Upward Spiral Gang, may we never be the same again. Hit that like and subscribe button. I hope you guys enjoy this channel, man. I really have fun spitting these facts and going into my own, you know, mental tech and sharing it with you guys. Much love, man. Let's get it today. Upward Spiral Gang, may we never be the same again. Watch out. Watch out, watch out. Okay, let's go. Boom.